Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Apis90 here, back again with another video, and of course my buddy Extreme Slade.
Hi everyone.
AKA Great Cup of Joe, or Joe, whatever the heck you want to call him.
Just Joe.
We're going to be predicting WrestleMania 30 because it is tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's right, it is.
The 30th anniversary of WrestleMania.
Actually, 31st is the 30th anniversary.
Okay.
It's the 30th ever WrestleMania, though.
Yes, 30th annual. Right?
Yeah.
There we go. 30th annual WrestleMania. We're going to be predicting and previewing every single match on the card. It's not really looking that stacked of a card, though,
No,
for sure.
They had to move one match to the pre-show.
Let's start with that one, I guess. The pre-show. We get a fatal four-way tag team match for the tag team championships. Now, this is not an elimination match. It's a one fall to a finish. And the person who gets the fall is the tag champs,
So it's
which
not
is
like
ridiculous.
it's not like the TLC match.
No.
Oh, that was great. That was great.
Yes,
and only one of the tag teams from that match is going to be in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Teams involved are Ryback and Curtis Axel, the Real Americans, We the People.
Well, I should make that too then.
Antonio Cesaro and Jack Swagger. We get Los Matadores, Diego and Fernando, and the defending tag champs, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos.
All right.
Who you got in this one?
I don't see Ryback getting it. I'll say that much.
No.
If this was an elimination match, they would be the first team out.
Yes.
Matadores, I think they're a bust.
Mm-hmm.
They've been a bust. I mean, it's like, oh hey, let's just take Primo and Epico and make them Matadores style wrestlers.
Ole!
You know, stuff like that. Because they're trying to make it seem more like a what's the word?
More gimmicks.
Yeah, more gimmicky than they should be. But I would say the Usos right now are on fire, and I think you need to keep that momentum going. And you don't want to give it to the Real Americans because they're going to break up.
Yes.
It's
just a matter of time.
It's only a matter of time because Cesaro's going to go off on his own.
And Swagger's going to do nothing again.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah, because I think they're done with them. There's only so much you can give a guy. So it's going to be the Usos.
You say ooh, I say oh, ooh.
So.
Yes, Usos for the win. That's right. Now let's get to the
actual
card.
Which is 7 matches.
7 matches overall, but they get the pre-show match, which is 2 hours long. So, all in all, it's going to be...
6 hours.
5, 11, 6 hours.
Yeah, 6 hours.
Actual wrestling. Well, yeah, you get the picture. Let's start with the Divas match.
Okay.
The Vicky Guerrero Diva Open. The Diva Invitational. Divas Championship Invitational.
That's the one with 14, like every single Diva on the roster.
Yes, every single Diva... Which, if you guys don't know who the roster is, right? AJ Lee's defending her title against Oksana, Alicia Fox, Brie Bella, Nikki Bella, Cameron, Naomi, Emma, Eva Marie, Layla, Natalia, Rosa Mendez, Summer Rae, and Tamina Snuka.
Who cares? Naomi.
What? You're picking Naomi? Naomi?
Yeah.
If I had to pick... It's either going to be between AJ or Natalia, to be honest with you.
Oh, the girl that got drunk on the show.
Prank called her boss.
What the show, whatever that is.
Total Divas.
Oh yeah, the most disingenuous guy and all the thing was John Cena and everything like that.
Still is.
Yeah.
So either AJ Lee retains or my pick to win Natalia.
All right. So
either one of those two. Now we get the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Okay, another one with a lot of wrestlers.
Yes, you want me to go over the whole list?
Yeah, it's your channel.
Okay, I'm going to do it anyway. So far, there's 27 people that have been announced.
So there's three
unclaimed spots. So some returns. Some surprises, yes. That would be nice. So as of right now, the 27 men are Alberto Del Rio, Biggie Langston, The Big Show, Brad Maddox. I don't know why. Brodus Clay, Christian, Cody Rhodes, Damian Sandow, Darren Young, Dolph Ziggler, Fandango, Drew McIntyre, Goldust, Great Khali, Heath Slater, Jinder Mahal, Justin Gabriel, Kofi Kingston, Mark Henry, The Miz, Rey Mysterio, Sheamus, R-Truth, Santino, Sin Cara, Titus O'Neil, and Zack Ryder.
All right. Well, I think it's going to come down to Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler, and Sheamus is going to win.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think they'll. I think because somebody brought to my attention that at work, that it's an Andre the Giant Battle Royal, and you're obviously going to go with. You're not going with the Big Show because they already did that thing on Monday and they hyped them up for it. So if you hype somebody up for things, they're not going to win it. Unless they do, and then that's just a complete waste of time. Yeah. But Sheamus is the second biggest of that group, unless the Khali. Yeah, except I don't count the Great Khali.
No.
Or Mark Henry, but I count people in their prime. But the guy is the next the biggest, and he's still in his prime and everything like that. And I think they're gonna give it to him because he's been off the boat for a while.
Yeah.
And Ziggler, they just don't care about him for some reason anymore. And Sandow, same thing. They just bury them for a reason which we don't know.
Here's the problem I have with the Battle Royal. You have all these guys. They could have had so much matches they could have been made in.
Yeah.
Like they could have had Cody Rhodes versus Goldust, like we all expected to happen.
They didn't want to do that.
They could have had Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara, like a lot of people expected, but that didn't happen either.
But they're trying to fit everybody on the card.
Christian and Sheamus, they had a pretty good rivalry.
Again, they're trying to fit everybody on the roster. Everybody on the roster, they want to have a WrestleMania match.
I guess.
They're trying to make it homogenized for everybody, including the fans.
So I'm torn between two guys who I want to win. So I think it's going to be one of the returning guys, one of the unclaimed spots. I think it's going to be Rob Van Dam.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Or I'm going to go completely opposite for you. I'm going to say the Big Show wins. You know why? Because when you look at it, Andre the Giant and the Big Show are two very similar guys. Andre the Giant was known as the king of the Battle Royals. And Big Show's his same size. I mean, they have such similar backstories. I mean, they're both giants. Why not have a giant win a Battle Royal?
It's just way too predictable. That's why.
I know, but still, it's
that whole thing they built up, that whole Monday night, you would think, okay, maybe we shouldn't do that because then people are going to be saying, oh, the Big Show might win.
Right, but he's been getting a lot of crap from the WWE for recent years. The only real memorable match was him against Cody Rhodes at 28. And we all know how that turned out. But even
then, people are like, just go away, Big Show. You're old now. We don't want you here.
Yeah.
And that's why the other match that we'll talk about later, that's the same thing with one of the teams.
It's kind of like this.
Yeah.
Kind of like the next match.
Yeah, which is probably what I'm talking about.
Yes. Kane and the New Age Outlaws, Road Dogg, Jesse James, Badass Billy Gunn, against Sierra, Hotel India, Echo Lima Delta, Shield, The Shield, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns.
Okay, so you have one side that is full of 40-year-olds. And you got a team, you got a developing team that's young and healthy and everything, and you got that old team, nobody cares about those guys anymore. The only reason they put the belt on the New Age Outlaws because for the network. They're trying to hype it up. And
nostalgia purposes.
Yeah, and they was like, okay, you guys, we need you to do something, so we'll put you on the card. But they were great in the Attitude Era, but we don't need to see them anymore.
Right.
And Kane has been around since the Attitude Era too, but that gimmick that they put him in now is the corporate Kane.
Yeah, director.
That's been a bust. That's been a bust. So, and the New Age Outlaws coming back were a bust because they try to make them heels, but everyone's been cheering them, and nobody's caring about them anymore either.
No.
So, go and God forbid they break the Shield up, but the Shield have been on fire. Everyone's starting to like them now.
Now they're turning face.
Well, they are faces now.
Yeah, they are faces now.
That whole Wyatt family Shield match, which I thought should have been that WrestleMania match. By the way, they shouldn't have done it at the Chamber. Come on, you have two of like the best factions right now. You have them go up against each other. That's a main event WrestleMania caliber match right there.
At least,
and now,
but
instead, you're having the Shield face 3 old guys that nobody cares about, and you expect them to do that. But I gotta go with Shield because I don't care about the other guys anymore. Kane is one of my favorites, but the old style Kane back in the day. But nowadays, I just be like, okay, this is a way to keep him relevant, at least in their eyes. But I want to see the Shield win.
All right, I agree with you completely. New Age Outlaws were one of my favorite tag teams back in the day. They still are one of my favorite tag teams of all time. But yeah, it's the Shield's time.
Yeah.
Simply put.
Give it to them.
Why would they have Kane and the New Age Outlaws go over here?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't get it.
If they do that, then
people are going to riot.
No, if they do that, that's basically a fuck you to the young guys.
People are going to complain online.
Yeah.
So there we go. So
if they're not already complaining in the stands.
That is true because New Orleans is a pretty vocal crowd.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, especially everyone coming from different states and
or
countries
from all
and
around the world.
Yeah.
So you got
a lot of vocalism. Yeah. Vocalism, I guess.
I mean, it's like if they had Superman, Batman, and
Spider-Man.
Yeah. So imagine if they were going up a tag team against Grandpa Joe from Willy Wonka, Bad Grandpa from from Jackass, and one of the
Mr. Wilson from Dennis the Menace.
Yes, you have those 3 in a match, but the old guys end up beating them. I mean, just that would just look terrible on them.
That's wow. Now I got visuals in my head about that. That's great.
See,
right.
that's how I see this match.
Yes, indeed. John Cena versus Bray Wyatt is coming up next. Mellow Mushroom. Sorry, just had to throw it out there.
Yeah.
Mushroom, that's mellow.
Anyway.
Genius! Alright,
I don't think this match should have taken place either, because like I said, the Wyatt family Shield match should have been taking place, and everyone's like, oh, this is going to be the final match that Bray Wyatt actually loses on a pay-per-view, because he's undefeated right now in pay-per-views.
Yep. And he's going to stay that way, I think.
I hope so.
He's going to stay that way.
But something just tells me John Cena's going to be like, you know what, I'm not losing at WrestleMania. I'm not jobbing in front of 70,000 people, motherfucker.
He's going to. Follow the buzzards.
I hope he's right. Because I just don't see that happening.
Follow the buzzards. That's right.
Yeah, because if there's one thing that I don't like about wrestling nowadays, it's they're not willing to take risks with their younger stars. Like, hey, let's just have Cena lose. He's an asshole anyway. They had the whole breakup with one of the Bella twins, and he's an asshole and disingenuous and all that stuff. And we're putting this on TV for the kids to see or for anybody to see. Why does anybody want to still follow this guy?
How dare you make dinner at my house?
That's what started the whole thing?
No. There was a scene in Total Divas where he was like, how dare you make dinner at my house? And he was such an asshole.
What?
You can just wipe that off. He was like OCD freak or something. I don't know.
Oh, God.
But yeah.
This is your hero, kids. That you need to follow.
Yep, look up to this guy. He buys merch. He wears T-shirts. He wears wristbands. He wears armbands.
You're
all that stuff.
supporting an asshole.
Unbelievable.
They probably don't even know that, though.
They do now?
If they're watching this.
They do now. All right. So yeah, Bray Wyatt, I think, is gonna win. You think so too?
No. I want him to win, but I just don't see it happening. It's way too predictable with this company.
Exactly.
They're not willing to take risks.
All right.
They're gonna go the safe route.
Okay, let's talk about the streak.
Oh, we already know who's winning that.
Undertaker and Brock Lesnar.
And they didn't really even build up this feud. They didn't really build up this feud great anyway. Because you know what made it great? Remember when Undertaker was at that UFC fight?
Yes.
And he wasn't the Undertaker.
You want to do it?
Yeah. He looked like he was in that big evil American Badass gimmick.
Right.
That's what they should have done. They should have had Undertaker not be the
Bring back the badass.
Yeah, just have him come back as the badass for that
motorcycle
one match.
Down the ring. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just have him come back as the big evil badass and go up against Brock Lesnar, the shoot fighter badass. But instead, you have Brock Lesnar, the shoot fighter badass, going up against going up against a cartoon.
That's his scream.
Instead, you have a Brock Lesnar going up against what looks like a cartoon character, which doesn't look real and it doesn't look that menacing at all. And they're like, oh well, we can't have, Then they had to make sure that Brock looked strong in the match by beating down Undertaker last week. But they were talking about how we can't have Brock Lesnar take down the Undertaker because the Undertaker's a little fragile and he can't do anything, so whatever the reason they gave, but you need to get him over like this so you can make people believe you can actually break the streak like they did with the Shawn Michaels matches.
And CM Punk last year, I guess.
I didn't believe that.
No.
I didn't even think that they should have done that to begin with.
And Triple H and Hell in a Cell.
Exploiting Paul Heyman's death not Paul Heyman, but the Paul Bearer's death, just to build up a feud.
Right.
It's kind of like what they did with the whole Jerry Lawler heart attack thing, where they exploited it. That was terrible.
And Eddie Guerrero's death back in the day.
Yeah, when they put all his face on the website trying to sell merchandise.
The only reason why Rey Mysterio won the title, by the way.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
And them exploiting Mickie James, trying to make a feud out of that because of her.
Mickie James.
Yeah, the whole Piggy James thing.
Which
was one of the. Looking back on it, it was one of the worst things I ever saw.
Oh my god, that was bad.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah.
That's how you build up a feud, really.
So anyway, back to this match. I think the build-up was pretty average at best. I mean, it wasn't the best build-up.
I mean, do you really care?
No.
Exactly. And you already know who's gonna win.
Yes.
Because they're never gonna screw with that streak.
No.
Which, in my opinion, kind of makes Undertaker matches at WrestleMania now look obsolete. Because we already know who's going to win.
And this should be the main event.
Yeah, I mean,
Undertaker's match should be the main event at WrestleMania.
Yes,
every single year.
But here's the thing. This is a predetermined situation. We all know, they all decide who's going to win beforehand. I mean, if this was real, if this was UFC-type real wrestling and everything like that, we don't know who's going to win, then we would be excited because, Undertaker just happens to have never lost to WrestleMania, but he's a badass at doing it. Here they're just like, oh yeah, we're going to let you win.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's no build up to it, and nobody cares anymore.
Except for the old history buffs, like myself a little bit. And that lived through the rise of the streak a little bit. Maybe.
Yeah, that's probably the one thing that they'll remember about Undertaker, though.
Yeah.
I have a feeling. Because this best feud, they'll in WWE scripted stuff, they'll say it was with Kane. They'll say that, they won't even bring up the Ministry of Darkness.
Oh.
Because that's too
broad.
Dark. That's too dark for kids to look at. They might bring up they can't bring up the Boiler Room Brawl with Mankind because that's too brutal.
They can't bring up the sacrifice where they sacrifice Ken Shamrock on a cross.
No.
Or the symbol.
Yeah, and they can't do it with Steve Austin when he did it to Steve Austin.
Yeah.
They can't do the do the Buried Alive. Just the gimmick in general, it's kind of tough to do with Undertaker. It's like, oh yeah, he just happens to
especially nowadays.
At WrestleMania. Yeah.
Especially nowadays. I mean, you can't get away with so much stuff that you did back in the day.
Yeah, they're ashamed of their own past.
It's a damn shame. So yeah, Undertaker all the way. 23 and 0?
Yeah. 23
and 0. There we go. Now we get the match that will determine the last spot in the triple threat match.
Which is probably going to be the first match of the night.
Hopefully. That would be pretty cool, actually. Daniel Bryan versus Triple H.
Well, there's no way they're going to go through all this build-up and have Triple H win.
Although it would be hilarious just to see the people's reaction. Oh my God! Triple H beat Bryan. He's putting his ego. He's going to win the title. Oh my gosh, I'm done. Fuck this company, all that stuff. I guarantee you, Twitter's going to be all over that shit.
But no, this is the match where I think, and a lot of people have said this, including Stone Cold on his podcast, that CM Punk will make a return at WrestleMania and screw either Daniel Bryan or Triple H.
Oh my God!
But they're saying he's not
going to be there.
I know, but But people are, people are saying it's like, oh, CM Punk comes back, he might screw Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan and CM Punk will have like a feud that will go on for a while, and blah blah blah, or he'll actually have a feud like with the Authority, or whatever. But because he's still under contract until July. He's not coming back though.
He's not coming back.
But
it would be nice if he did, or if he were one of the participants in the Battle Royal.
Oh, that would be terrible. That'd be embarrassing. But then again, they'll probably want to do that because he walked out of this company. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
We're gonna put you in the Battle Royal. No, we'll put you in the Battle Royal. You'll be the first one eliminated
by the Great Khali.
And by the Great Khali. No, Zack Ryder.
Brad Maddox.
No. It's a combination of all three. They all throw him out and they all beat down his ass at the end. No. They bring CM Punk back, and all 29 of them just beat down CM Punk, and they all do their finishing maneuvers on him.
Oh,
and it's a barrage of, it's like with the Nexus.
Oh,
with John Cena, they'll just beat him down and be like, "Yeah, you leave this company again, we're gonna do worse to you."
Well, the internet's gonna explode if that happens.
Oh yeah.
How dare you do this to our hero? But anyway, Triple H, Daniel Bryan. This matchup I'm really looking forward to. The build-up was actually pretty good.
The only thing worthy of WrestleMania.
Yes, because this one actually had a decent build-up because they are two seasoned veterans. I mean, Bryan was on the independents for so long, and now look where he is now. He's in the so close to being in the main event of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
If he just gets past his arch nemesis in Triple H.
Yes.
And Triple H, we all know, he has a pretty historic past.
Mm-hmm.
Him coming up from the Attitude Era, winning all those championships, now being the COO of the company.
And he's going to take over for Vince once Vince retires.
Yep. And
or it could be Stephanie, I don't know.
Either way, this match I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty obvious who's going to win, because if it was Triple H, the internet's going to explode, and the fans are going to absolutely crap on WrestleMania throughout the night.
Oh, especially during the main event.
Oh, yeah. Especially this is the first match.
Yeah, but they've been very smart about this, because it was originally supposed to be if Daniel Bryan won, he'd go in the triple threat match.
Mm-hmm.
But then they switched it up, like whoever wins goes in the triple threat match. So now you don't even, it makes people think, it's like, oh, who's going to win now? Who's going to win now? That's smart.
Now,
that's a smart thing to do.
Now, what if they add CM Punk to this? So it'll be a triple threat match to determine who the third man in the other triple threat match is. So it's like a triple threat mixed in with the triple threat. So technically it's a six-man.
If we're thinking about it like this, that means we got a good feud here, and we want to see what's happening.
See, we could be writers for this.
We could.
But we don't have any experience with that stuff. But
no, we don't. Yeah, nobody.
But we could be bookers. Yeah, we'd be the bookers.
No, they don't do bookers anymore.
Oh.
Anyway, we both think Daniel Bryan's going to do it.
Yes.
Yes. And I think they think it would be smart during the show that they have like an interview with Bryan saying like, okay, he had one match, but you know what? Even better. They do the match with Daniel Bryan Triple H, and then that in the main event, like before the main event, and that's the next thing that comes up. Like right after. That way Daniel Bryan's like beaten down to a pulp already. He's already won the match, but now the main event's coming up, and you got two healthy guys Orton and Batista, and they're both heels. They're gonna beat Daniel Bryan to the ground and probably fight each other. So there you go. You have a
perfect segue.
Yeah, perfect segue right there. That's how I changed my mind about it being the first match on the card. I think this is the best way to go through.
Second to main event.
Yeah, second to last main event.
Second to last match.
Yeah.
So that would make it Randy Orton, Batista, Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. Yes. Which was originally supposed to be just Randy Orton, Batista, but then they realized that Batista's getting booed since he came back.
Let me see if I can find the meme.
And then Batista getting booed at the Royal Rumble for winning, and then him flipping off the fans. You had to turn him heel at that point. Because if he's getting booed like that, there's no way that they're going to take him seriously as a babyface. I'll have to see that. I have to see that. That's right. Anyway.
Shit! That's so hard.
That's right. Hulk Hogan's going to be in John Cena's corner, which gives me even more reason.
What?
Yeah.
No, he's not. He's just the host.
No, but he's gonna be. I have a feeling he's gonna be involved in the Cena and Bray Wyatt match.
Oh, he's
probably gonna be in his corner, and he's gonna screw over Bray Wyatt in some way.
No, he's just gonna be the host.
And then they're gonna have a big celebration in the ring with Hulk
Hogan and John Cena. What if he turns on Cena? Follow the buzzards, brother.
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be if they had good writers that would do that. But anyway.
Follow the buzzards, brother.
But anyway, for this last main event match.
Yeah. Orton, Batista, Bryan.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the other two have been sort of the back burners for the whole Daniel Bryan Triple H.
Especially Randy Orton. I mean,
yeah.
Batista comes back.
I mean, we all know he's going to lose the belt. There's no way they're giving it back to him. It's either going to be Daniel Bryan or Batista.
Yeah.
But I think they would want to put it on Batista just to give him like the whole, yeah, I'm back, and just to give more reason for fans to boo him. Right. Because they need a top heel. They don't have a top heel right now.
No.
And because they're not gonna have Bray Wyatt be the top heel right now. He still needs to be a little bit more matured so he can get in that main event style. He's not ready yet. Mm-hmm. So give it to Batista. Let him be the badass heel. Yeah, and just let him just go off on just let him get. Just like that, and then the Daniel Bryan and Batista could be having feuds. Let Batista join the Authority.
Mm-hmm. Well, technically, he's just a supporting cast member. Supporting cast member of the Authority.
No. They make him full-fledged Authority after that. Okay. He wins the belt. Daniel Bryan gets screwed over. I don't know. I think that if you're gonna have something going forward now, you want to keep. And I don't know if they're. And I don't know. That's just a going forward thing. But I think ultimately they have to win the big one at WrestleMania. And I think Daniel Bryan needs to win it at WrestleMania. But, okay, I'll segue both of what I've just said. Daniel Bryan wins at the WrestleMania. Everyone's happy. Everyone's excited. It goes on
That's
forward.
what I want.
And then all of a sudden Triple H makes a title match the next night on Raw with him against Batista. They screw him over. Batista wins the belt.
Oh, that would suck.
Yeah. Oh, hey, that gives.
And then the Raw, but the Raw usually after WrestleMania is usually better than the WrestleMania itself.
Yeah, but they need to get more heat on the Authority than they already have because they're not going to be behind Randy Orton.
No.
Yeah, so do that. Put more heat on them after Raw.
Yeah.
And there's rumors going around that Sting will be at the Raw show.
Oh. Sting Undertaker?
I don't want to see that.
Sting and Undertaker, please, God, I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see that, though.
Why?
Because it's two 50-year-olds going at it.
So?
It's like it's two old guys going at it.
That would be awesome, though. It's a dream match.
And Sting's not going to do the type of match Undertaker wants to have, which is beat down, hardcore, stuff like that.
You don't know that.
No, Sting has been like that throughout his whole career. He's been avoiding matches like that. That's why his career's been so prolonged over the years.
Right.
He did the same thing in WCW.
Yeah, that's true. Back in the day.
Yeah.
So you say Batista wins, right?
I say Daniel Bryan wins at WrestleMania.
Me too.
Batista wins the next night on Raw.
I say Bryan wins all the way. I think he has a long run for the title. He is the most over guy in the company. He's the number one babyface. John Cena is a distant number two.
No, they still consider John Cena the number one.
I don't care what they say. This is what a lot of people say. This is what you guys say. Yeah, I think Bryan has a long run with the title. He deserves it. All that shit he's had to deal with for the past few years with the 18-second title run and title match at WrestleMania, having him win the main event would just be icing on the cake. Okay. That's just what I think. And that's WrestleMania 29 or 30.
Yes, let's not go back to 29, please.
No, please, God, no.
Which was basically 28 all over again, except it wasn't in Miami and it was different matches.
Yes. So that's WrestleMania 30. Our predictions and our predictions and preview. So yeah, let us know what you think down below, and yeah.
And tell us what you think of the Hall of Fame tonight.
Oh yes, Hall of Fame is tonight, where
the Ultimate Warrior finally, after all the backlash that WWE has been giving him with that stupid DVD that came out, because the Rise and Fall of Ultimate Warrior, where they just bashed on him. Yeah, or whatever, Rise and Fall, self-destruction, but bashing on him, and then finally realizing that maybe he shouldn't have been bashed like that at all, and now they finally give him the induction that he deserves, to be quite honest. Because he was a big blockbuster star. He was on the same level of Macho Man and Hulk Hogan back in those days. He was so huge. He was one of the, I mean, come on. The guy was just energetic all the way. He was like one of those bodybuilder types that was just like, wow, and all that stuff.
Yeah. All right, so Ultimate Warrior, Jake the Snake Roberts, Lita, who else? Razor Ramon, Carlos Colon, Mr. T, and Paul Bearer.
Yes,
I think I'm missing one.
I think there were 7.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. They're not gonna. I don't think they have 8.
Yeah, just those 7.
Yeah.
So yeah, let us know about the Hall of Fame. Let us know your predictions down below. And yeah, till the next video. It's Apis90 saying peace out, baby. See you guys next time.
See you.
And